Well, hello there, I'm your host, Get Good Fox, and it's time for some more State of Decay 2. Today I'm going to be discussing what I think about Mazzara Farm. Let's take a look at the base. First thing I want to do is remove this because we don't really need this anymore, and we're going to go ahead and replace it with... What are we going to replace it with? The trade depot? No, I actually don't know what we're going to replace it with. The staging area, I guess. I could replace it with a trade depot, but I'm not really going to be in this base for a whole lot longer.
If that feral tackles me, I'm toast.
Really? Anyways, we do have an objective here. And so, well, let's talk about this base. So this base is really, really similar to the police station in that you've got two large facilities and you got three small facilities and you have several built-ins. I would say the highlight would be this right here. You know, you get water. And on a brand new playthrough where you don't have the boons, it gives you water, so it knocks out one of your utility needs. The issue, though, with this base is it suffers from the same problem that the police department suffers from. And, you know, when I give a base a rating, I just purely give it a rating based on how effective it is. Like, some people, they just enjoy a certain base. That's perfectly fine. That's not... But, yeah, I try to remove how fun something is from the equation and mainly just focus on, like, what is good and what is bad. One of the problems, this is actually a common problem with a lot of bases, it's not just Mazzara Farm, but the original maps, they've got a lot more bases. There's, what is there, like 7 bases per map?
Help's on the way.
Whereas the new ones, they have like 5 bases per map. There's 7 or 8, there's a lot of bases. One of the downsides is that a lot of the bases are they're very similar to one another. They don't feel particularly distinct. And that's one of the issues that we're really seeing here. And I believe that Undead Labs recognized that, and that's why they made fewer bases that have a bit more diversity, as opposed to a larger number of bases that are really not all that different. Anyways, oh, that guy's dead. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's a zombie. He's obviously dead, but he's not a normal zombie. He is a... Okay, so he's the guy who didn't survive. Oh no, I'm too late. What do you mean? We're right on time. We get paid and we get loot. I'll take all of it. I mean, why not? So these guys want plague samples? That's fine. Okay, so one of the things I want to do, and, you know, some people say, oh, you're doing the base reviews. I don't really count these as base reviews. I just consider it a topic to discuss. If this were a base review, you know, this wouldn't be a good base review because I talk a little bit about the base, then I jump subjects a lot. It's not concise. Like, a base review would be concise. But one of the things we're going to do is we're also going to look for people to close down. Now, we're not going to take these guys out because Gun Club gives us ammo. Let me see. Right there it is. So... The Feral Foragers are giving us 1 ammo per day. That's worth it. I'm going to keep them there. These guys are giving us bed and breakfast. We can see it right over here. The Dwellers are giving us +1 food per day. And then over here, when we look at our beds, we're getting the overflow barracks from the Hungry Survivors, and the Dwellers give us +2 beds from bed and breakfast. So, like, that is... We don't want to get rid of them. Those are pretty good benefits. Roadside assistance? Maybe. These are all friendly. Comfort in numbers, that's a good one. That's a morale bonus. So that would be... I think it's 8? Yeah, comfort in numbers. Morale bonus, 8 morale to everybody. That's actually really good. That is almost a white noise machine. Rooftop sniper, medical advice, that's a good one. Lending and labor bonus.
The best defense isn't a good offense. It's a Zed killing monster truck. Shall I get to work?
Okay, so now we know what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of these people here. We're going to shut them down and then replace them. And, anyways, like, the problem with a lot of bases is that you just need more space. That's really the deal. Like, you want a base that has more space, and that's because built-in facilities, well, they're kind of worth half of a facility. Like, oh, anyways, like the barracks. The barracks gives you 4 beds. Well, like, if you built a barracks, you could take it even farther than that. You could do like a Spartan barracks, for example, which would be 8 beds. So that facility, even though it's a large facility, it's kind of like half of a facility because you can't take it as far as the version that you could build. Now, the benefit is supposed to be that you didn't have to build it. It was built into it. But it's really not that big of a benefit. That's what I'm saying. Because, like, if you wanted water, you could just build, like, the rain collector. Like, the rain collector is not that big of a deal. It's not that hard to build if you wanted it. If you wanted to build a generator for, like, electricity, you could build a generator. It's really not that big of a deal. So, like, the stuff that you're saving is really not... and the fact that you can't remove them, all it really does is contribute to, like, kind of the inflexibility of the base. And like I said, like, you can always build a better base than Undead Labs chooses in the form of built-in facilities. All right, let's get these guys. Hygiene.
Hello there.
Acting.
How's it hanging?
Computers.
And we're all done here.
So do we need computers? No, we have computers. Interesting. Let's take hygiene, I guess. It's different.
What's going on, hun?
Hey, what's up? Good to see you.
All right, we'll take... wait, let's see what you're selling real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing I want.
What's up?
You'd do better with us than being stuck here with these folks. Come on.
I will personally escort him home so he doesn't get squished. But basically, so I guess the real question is, what is better, the police station or the Mazzara Farm? And I would say the Mazzara Farm is definitely a lot better. And that's because, yeah, you know, like I said, it's not a huge benefit that it provides you water, because you could always just build your own rain collector. It's still better that, you know, it's more useful. They're very similar though. They both have like a living space, like a barracks kind of facility. The thing is, like, you don't even need beds. Like, I would never build a barracks in my current bases. I would never build a barracks. I would never build the shelter. I would never build a bunk room. Like, I don't value beds, and that's because the only thing not having a bed does is reduce your morale by 7. We're getting comfort in numbers. That gives you +8 to everybody. So that alone neutralizes the -7 per person missing a bed. So, like, you absolutely can just play a base where no one has beds. Like, you don't need beds. It does harm your morale a bit, but you can completely overpower that loss of morale through other ways
Shouldn't be a problem. though.
without... Oh, neat, it spawned right here. So we could squish these guys, like, that's very convenient.
Yep, it's a freak.
Oh yeah, this is a lot of guys. Okay, we need to go over there. So the plague sampler, they always want 3 samples. Just a good thing to memorize. We'll grab them. We'll drop this guy off.
Sticking around here too long would not be smart.
I think we should also kick somebody out while I'm here.
This is what I've been talking about. Nice work.
Yes?
Dismiss.
Dead. Okay.
Okay, Sid. Hated the boss. Gets frustrated. Hygiene, more health. I mean, that's okay-ish. I won't turn it down. Like, it's not like the end-all, be-all, but chemistry, munitions has some function. Cooking really doesn't, though. I'll be honest. Computers. Do I want computers? Now that I have this, not really. All right, Shauna, you are the first out of here. But overall, The Mazzara Farm, the issue with it is that there are other bases you can claim that have better building options, and I'm mainly talking about Camp Kellenquah, and I honestly don't think... Like, I'll give you an example. I don't really factor the defensibility of the base into the equation. Like, I don't think that is a relevant factor, like how defensible the base is. Even bases that are kind of dangerous, like the main way you protect your base is to not be home. Like, if you're not home, then the danger of the base is irrelevant.
Hey,
Goodbye, you.
it kills me to be the one to tell you, but you gotta leave. You know, I didn't think I could dislike you anymore, and yet...
Now, oh, we need the samples. Now, some people might be worried, but what if I don't want to go out at night? I just kind of hang out at the base? Well, there's an alternative. You can hang out at your outpost. If you hang out at your outpost, then the safe area of the outpost should still protect you, or you could climb up an object. That's also an option. Or you could claim an outpost that's like a cell tower and then still climb up the cell tower and protect yourself. But that's one way you can do it. Like, you don't have to be home. And if you're never at home, then there isn't really a danger. And as a result, like, the defensibility of a base is just totally irrelevant to me. And so that's just not a factor. So the idea that, like, I would say Camp Kellenquah is the best of the mid-game bases, not including Squellones, but like Camp of the 5-man bases, Camp Kellenquah is really nice because it has the most building options. I believe it's 2 small, 5 large, and then it still has a lot of built-in facilities as well. Like, you get your built-in beds, you get a built-in kitchen, and as a result, it's just better. Give them the samples.
I appreciate it.
Don't stress it.
So they gave us off-site food storage. That stinks.
Take care of yourself.
So we're probably going to recruit them. Let's see what they have for sale. I'll take the fuel.
Hey, how's life treating you?
Off-site food storage. It just means that we
Hey, yo.
have a higher meds capacity.
Hello, my friend.
Do any of you have like an
Later.
interesting looking gun to scrap? Doesn't look like it. So I'll take you.
If you want to survive, you need to ditch your friends and join us.
Enlist. All right, next we will go welcome these guys to the party. This is also why I definitely recommend that you do not get to 9 survivors or more. During the Twitch stream, which, by the way, you can catch 2 hours of State of Decay 2 content pretty much every day. There's only 2 days I don't stream. But someone asked a question there of how do I get rid of allied enclaves if I'm at 9 people or more. Well, it's kind of a pain because the easiest way to get rid of enclaves is to recruit them and shut them down. And then just kick them out. That is the easiest and the least painful way to do it. And that's why I'm just not a fan of anything more than 8 people in the enclave. So let's greet the neighbors. What do you got for sale? Fuel. Fuel is always needed. In fact, I think I can refuel the car right now. But yeah, that's like just a quick tip, I would say. And mainly because, honestly, a lot of the 5th skills aren't super great. Like, you can absolutely play without most of the 5th skills. They're not, even on Lethal Zone. I mean, like, how many of the characters I like, you know, like, we recently taught some of them. But, like, a lot of them... Like, these 2, they've been in for a while, and I haven't even taught them a new skill because it just doesn't really matter. Like, they just don't really need a new skill. I would say the 5th skills that matter the most are auto mechanic, because, you know, you want to be able to repair your cars. Pathology and surgery, because,
That screamer means
you know, the god combo, become basically invincible. And then pharmacology, so you can do strong painkillers. And then hacking, Red Talon hacking, because it basically gives you the power of 2, or maybe you could say 1.5 what do you call it, outposts, which is definitely worth it, especially now that you have outpost upgrade. But I guess that's something that I'm hoping for in regards to bases that Undead Labs changes in the future. One is, like, I don't like how limited bases are. I wish the bases were bigger, because I feel like it just restricts too much creativity. The bases are so confined that all you can really do is focus on the specifics. Like, focus on, like, just whatever wins, basically. So that fits. That can go in. Dismiss you.
Take care of yourself.
Sully. Let's go ahead and just knock you out of here. Oh, we had a competition Mark III. That's pretty good. Sully, you are out of here.
Hello there.
Goodbye.
Kills me to be the one to tell you, but you gotta leave.
Screw each and every last one.
They won't be as screwed as you, and you're leaving without any extra training, and all you've got is a knife. He'll be fine, though. I've got confidence in him. So we got one last enclave that I'm not super thrilled with. We'll go knock them out. That way we can get replace them with better enclaves. Like I said, that's the Enclave Shuffle. The Enclave Shuffle is a great way to polish up your communities. There's some really good bonuses in there. You don't really need to do it on a map that you're just kind of beating the game on. Like if you're just trying to knock a legacy out. But if you're planning to, if it's your forever community, yeah, absolutely. You're going to want to do some Enclave Shuffling. I hope, though, in the future, they make bases that are bigger, and that's because I think it would improve creativity, mainly because when the bases are limited, you might find that, like, sometimes it's true that working under... Sometimes you come up with novel ideas, like very interesting solutions when you have very little to work with, but sometimes when you have very little to work with, you just don't have anything to work with, and it's, it's not very interesting, and I think that's really the issue with a lot of these bases. Like, Mazzara Farm, the thing it wants you to do is...
Oh, bye-bye.
It wants you to use the farming bonus. Things like 30%, I mean, it's a bonus. There's no doubt about that. It is a bonus. But it's not really, it doesn't really matter. Like, even on Lethal Zone, like, yeah, the extra food, I'm not going to say it's not helpful, but it's like, it's not the end-all be-all, that's for sure. And in this one, in this particular base, it kind of feels bad to use a farm because there are so many other... Oh, 2 fuel canisters. We'll take that.
So nice to see you.
Gardening.
Always glad to see you.
Not what I'm looking for. Music, wow. Gardening it is.
We've got enough room for you, but just you.
Off we go. I think you're going to find that's a pretty common opinion I have with a lot of the classic bases. But I guess to conclude, I would say the Mazzara Farm, it's better than the police station. But, like, we're kind of like splitting hairs on the subject. We're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for arguments. The 2 bases are extremely, extremely similar. And the strengths that they each have are basically the same, and the weaknesses they have are basically the same. Are they bad bases overall? Not really. I mean, they're okay. They're decent, mainly because 2 large facilities is kind of, it's nice. Like it's definitely enough to get the 2 most important large facilities up, which is the trade depot and the lounge. But then the other problem is that even for 2 large facilities in a 5-man, 1,000 influence base, that's a good deal. The main problem is the 3 small facilities. You basically are getting the same amount of small facilities as the
Having a
starting
Blackheart
home.
Move in must really fuck up property values.
But
Anyone out there? I need some help.
Heading your way? Come hell or high
interesting.
water.
I have a feeling this is the crazed red Talon guy because I just now saw a new hostile enclave. If it's another crazed red Talon guy, I will say good gravy. It wasn't that long ago that we already had one. Okay.
I always loved being around children. I was a babysitter for a while, and then I worked in daycare. No matter how bad I felt, if I knew I had someone to take care of, that kept me going.
Dismiss. Mira. She's a psychiatrist. Off-road biker. Wow. Wait a second. She's the nurturing psychiatrist that loves taking care of children, but she's also an off-road biker daredevil. That is a rather strange set of skills. I'm gonna give it to him. You can go. I don't need you. We only need to keep 8 people anyways in order to qualify for, Whitney Field. So let's go back to deep. Funny that the crossbow killer herself is now kind of like a relevant member of the team. Definitely didn't plan it out that way, but
Hey, you're not dead. It kills me to be the one to tell you, but you gotta leave. You know, I didn't think I could dislike you anymore, and yet...
you're gonna really dislike that I only left you with a tiny little knife to get out there. Took all your stuff. Okay, let's see here. Mysterious broadcast. Yeah, those are probably the red Talon guys. Pass it through. I know I'm supposed to yield for pedestrians, but like, nah. I always try to do this, and wait, am I gonna get away with it? Oh my god, I'm gonna get away with it. Let's see, is it the crazed red Talon guy? Well, they've got a horde of zombies right next door, so... looks like they're already primed and ready. Let's find out.
Hey, kid.
Okay.
Oh, look at this, like,
That's
van
around,
here.
But we can't secure the place with a plague.
How's it going?
Yep, red Talon guy.
Don't stress it.
Interesting, it had a painkiller in it, and that was it. Kind of weird. Okay, so where's this red Talon guy? That's weird. I feel like that's the second time that's happened where the location is not where it says it is. I feel like that's some kind of a wacky glitch. Although we should find a quiet place and refuel, since we will be driving around a bit, especially if he has a gas launcher.
All right, neighbors. You got a minute to help?
Running shoes, okay.
I got a real bad feeling about this.
Oh yeah, I bet this is one where I gotta lure the zombies out.
One at a time is too slow. You want to lure a bunch of them in all at once.
Thought so.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Okie dokes. Let's take a left here. Wow, I can't believe that little bump was enough to put the engine to steaming. The bump that broke the camel's back. Interesting. So they are... If they have a gas launcher, that could be very deadly. Let's find out. Okay, I don't think he does. I think I would have seen the gas. Oh yeah, he does. He does. He does. He does. He does. Gotta keep moving. Now, one good news is that the gas has no effect whatsoever on zombies. And what that means is it is possible that he will begin to beat his own guys up. I don't know if he'll do damage to his own guys, but... Uh-oh. We better just... I'm just gonna unstuck out of here. Oh, please don't let him get me. 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 Oh, no!
Cloud smells nasty.
And I am just getting owned by it right now. Okay. Let's do some shenanigans over here.
Hey everyone, we've got a yard sale going.
Let me climb up.
Better be careful. Catching the plague would really cramp my style. Dear God, I'm tired.
Okay, can I get my car back is the question. Also, I need to mark my car. They put my car closer. Thank you.
I need a break.
Actually, I might just be able to drive out of it. Oh man, thank God that that was some combat discipline right there. That was actually pure combat discipline right there. I was just like, I'm just gonna let the damage hit me.
Is there a doctor in the
There we go. I'm just gonna I'm just basically,
Patched up.
I'm just gonna read the damage, and if the damage looks doable, then I'm just going to...
Hurt. Who's got advice?
Yeah, I can walk you through this.
Basically, like now that I actually can think again, I'm just gonna let it hit me, and I'm gonna see, can I tank through that damage in time to drive away? And I was like, you know what? The damage is noticeable, but I think I can make it through. And I decided, because if I got out of the vehicle, yeah, I needed every second there to turn the key on and get that engine going. I needed every second there. Okay, to get rid of these guys, we're gonna have to break out probably the big gun. Because they're simply too dangerous. Now, if you ever wondered, why do I put so much effort into avoiding these guys, or why do I put so much effort to dance around the issue with them? That is the reason why. They are genuinely very dangerous. And sometimes the battlefield is more favorable, and then sometimes the battlefield is very unfavorable. So here's the weapon we need. Let me see if I got any extra ammo for it. I do. I'm also going to need the pyro launcher in the event I get into trouble. A cure, bombs, healing items.
This is quite a load I'm carrying.
And we'll get the vehicle patched up. Because what happened was when it teleported me, I'm just I don't know where it's going to teleport me to, and so yeah, it just chose oh, we're just going to get you closer to those jerk guys. And I'm like, gee, thanks a lot. That's exactly what I want right now. I want to be closer to the extremely dangerous gas guy. Not farther away. Okay. Now we've got the cure for cancer. Okay. We just need to get close enough. We need to clear an area of zombies, and then also we need to be close enough for him to spawn in and we can see him. And then we need to clear a few zombies away. Like right around here is probably pretty good. Nice little hill.
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
So they haven't spawned in yet. Okay. Let me get in the car and see if I can get them to pop in. Or is it possible that they did something else? There they are. So you see, they didn't pop in, so we did have to drive closer.
Oh my fucking god!
So I couldn't tell who was who. And that one wasn't him. And we kind of blasted the wrong guy there. Firing a 50 cal weapon, obviously, very noisy. So we're gonna have to squish all of these guys. Fortunately, the screamers are so loud that the secondary screamer actually is capable of drawing the enemies away. Don't worry, I see the bloater there. Okay, I think we can avoid some of those guys. Let's see if they despawned again. They did. No, you don't. I missed. There we go. Okay, we'll fling this guy off, and now what we can do is go report back. Actually, we should probably loot the red Talon guy.
I just dropped off some decent scraps at base.
And they can't get mad at me, like this is a dangerous job. There's a reason why he couldn't do it himself.
That's not going to fit.
Let's refuel. But yeah, if the red Talon guy is in a really inconvenient location, that is another way to deal with them. Not going to be able to carry too much, but whatever. What can you do? Oh, I'll take that.
I'm carrying
That's actually
too
worth a
much
little bit
right
to
now.
scrap. Now we can use the pyro launcher. And let's head back and report that the mission, I think it was successful. You know, maybe both of his friends didn't make it out, but hey, you got one of them, right? You'll be happy with what you got. You got one of them. I mean, like, you know, who could have told the difference? You know, the big old cloud of smoke there. I just saw, like, what appeared to be a human head. It turns out it wasn't the red Talon guy's head. One thing I noticed is it says kill the guy in the red Talon mask. I'm like, does that mean that it isn't necessarily a actual red Talon? It could just be some, like, wacky nut job in a red Talon outfit.
As long as that plague heart is nearby, we can't really secure this place.
All right, let's see what he says. He said, okay, I wanted to see if he says anything different, but even if, as long as if even one of them dies, then he's kind of like, you suck.
That's horse shit and you know it.
You gonna become hostile? You don't want to become hostile. I didn't realize his buddy was here. That could have gone bad. It's like, he's like, that's BS and you know it. I kind of don't know it. Like, your guy, well, your friend was a psycho. Now that you don't have a red Talon guy to help you. You are nothing without your red Talon gas grenade launchers. Let's fling him off. Ah, look at all these zombies here. I should help them locate these guys. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I'm just trying to offer a helping hand. These guys I'm okay with running over. Ah, perfect. I don't even want their stuff, to be completely honest. They just need to pay for sending me on this, like, aggravating quest that was, like, threatening to get me killed. Ah, yes, plenty of blood plague for everyone. Oh, one thing I've noticed, it seems to be a recent thing, but the bullets affect your car now. So before, they could shoot my car for days and nothing would happen. That's not the case anymore. Don't bring him to me. And that's the end of him. And I'm just going to leave him that way. They can shamble along forever. I'll see you back at base. And now to unload the spoils of war, another Echo S5 gas launcher. I'll take it. And it's all in a day's work. So that's what I think about the Mazzara Farm, plus I guess like Fox's Bizarre Adventure. But there you go. It's all about just, you gotta keep your cool. That's the main thing. You just gotta, like, when it gets crazy, you just gotta keep your cool and always think of what your exit strategy is. The moment you start thinking, oh no, do they have me? That's just a distraction. You just gotta focus on your exit strategy. Anyways, Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. And of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.